Today is Saturday, September 20th, 2025. Welcome to the Survivor Fans Podcast. I'm Joanne.
And I'm Stacy.
And this is our JABBIC Part 2 show for Survivor 49.
JABBIC, J-A-B-B-I-C, judge a book by its cover. Taking those first impressions before the game has ever started to try to make some assessments. Well, secretly, it's just about familiarizing ourselves with the new castaways.
True.
That's our primary motivation, because we would go in the past.
We'd be like, who?
We'd be,
what's her name?
Especially with like this many brunettes.
Brunettes, yeah.
Yeah, we'd be going for weeks not knowing who's who, and so this is a great way to get a jump on that. We dig into their backgrounds a little, try to guess at how suitable they are at playing Survivor, if they have a clue or not what the game is.
Yep.
Maybe they're lifelong fans. We've got a lot of those this time. So Joanne and I did part 1 and put that out there. And now it's time for part 2, where we check in with the other super fans, see what they thought, their assessment of this new group, and what we may or may not have to look forward to in terms of their ability to play Survivor.
All right.
Yeah. So I think we got, 13? Lucky 13?
Yes, Lucky 13 plus a bonus song.
Yes, right. So we'll get to that at the end. We have a fantasy league, and there's a special side challenge in the fantasy league. And if you are fortunate enough to lose that side challenge, you get to come up with a parody song. And this is the show where we share the fruit of your labor. John did fantastic. Got it in
Absolutely.
Earlier than anyone ever had.
Ever has.
And I feel like it's just bursting with creativity with the lyrics and looking back at last season. So we'll come back to that. We'll circle back at the end.
Did he make the comment that he could refresh his memory just listening to Josh the Plush Moose?
Yeah, checking for inspiration there. What a great angle on coming up with your parody song.
Yeah, there's a lot of good information, but high points to remind you what happened last season.
Yeah. Okay, so we will come back to that.
Yes.
But that'll be
at the end of the show.
The very end, yeah.
We will play that.
Right now, we got to check in with the super fans and get some thoughts and predictions on the season 49 cast.
All right, let's start with Pete.
Hey, Joanne and Stacy. This is Pete from Boston calling here. Wow. About another week and another season of Survivor 49. So I'm going to have a great big bam. Now I'll get to these tribes real quick. Yellow team is maybe my second favorite team. Christina, I think if that team loses, will be the first one out. I don't think has any concept of the game whatsoever. I like Sophie. I think she might fly under the radar. Jason, I know he was one of the alternates, but I think he might be the smartest player on that team. I think he can make it deep into the game. Matt, I think will be all right. He might be someone good to align with. MC, the other alternate, I think she'll be a solid player and well-liked and entertaining to watch. And Steven, I don't know, he seems kind of goofy looking, so I don't know what to make of him. Now, the blue team, this is my least favorite team. Annie, bye-bye, sister. You'll be one of the first people out pre-merge. Nicole, same thing. First out if they lose or pre-merge as well. Even even though she has the teeny vibes, I don't see her playing as good of a game as teeny. Jeremiah annoyed the crap out of me in his interviews. He'd be another pre-merge. I like Jake. I love that his story is very interesting. Is he the one with the dad that he's getting he's going to be going blind, which is so sad. And that's why he pushed himself to play so his dad could see him on TV before it happened. And Alex too. I mean, he seems kind of happy-go-lucky too. So we'll see how he does too. Now, red's my favorite color, and I really like the characters on this tribe. My friend Rizzo, I think he's going to be a very big character this season. I don't know if he could win. I think he's going to make it deep in the game, and it'll be a great storyteller. I'll put it that way. Jawan, I don't know what to... I think he'll be all right. Nate, I'm not a huge fan of Nate. Savannah, I think will be a decent player too. Merge vibes with her. Sage as well. I think Sage will make it far. Shannon, now here's a little note, guys. Shannon, I don't know her personally. Not only is she from Boston, I live 20 minutes outside of Boston, and she lives in the town right next to me, Wakefield, which is where she's from. I think she lives in the city now, so I'm sort of pulling for her. And real quick, the other Sophie, I think will be okay as well, but not quite sure what to think of her. So it should be interesting, guys. I watched a little bit of the videos, haven't seen too much. I mean, I read some of Probst's interviews about the Heat, but I'm looking forward to this season. I think it'll be a solid season, hopefully as good as the Australian Survivor. I actually watched this past season this summer. It was epic. All right, guys, take care. Woo!
Whoa, thanks, Pete. Excellent survey of the new cast. Enjoyed that. Next up, we got a call from Robert.
Hey, Joanna, Stacy, and Survivor fans. This is Robert from Canada calling in. I hope that everyone enjoyed their summer break and is excited for another season of Survivor. Last time I talked to you guys, I was training for my first half marathon, and now I'm 1 month out from my first full marathon, so it's been a lot of running this summer. And I haven't had as much time to look into Survivor as I normally would, so these might be my most JABBIC-style JABBIC predictions that I've done. Having said that, I did read the castaway bios, and I watched videos of some of the ones I thought would be my favorites to pick a USB, so here we go. As usual, I really like the women in the cast. I find myself always drawn to picking them, and the ones that I really liked right off the bat were Sophie S., Sage, Savannah, and Sophie B. As far as the guys, I think Alex was really the only guy that I sort of liked. I kind of liked Steven until I watched his videos, and I think he's a little bit too much of a try-hard, and I think he's going to try too hard to be the center of attention, make too many jokes. As far as people that are going to be in trouble, I think Jawan, if he can't bust a smile, I don't think he's going to do very well in his tribe. Especially in the early going, you have to be likable and you have to gel well with everyone. And if you're not friendly, and if he looks anything like he does in his angry picture, then I think he's going to be in a lot of trouble. I think that Christina could be in a lot of trouble early on. And I think that Nicole could as well, and I'll probably put one of them as my first vote out. And I guess that's it for my predictions. I think I'm leaning towards Sophie S as my USB, but I'm not sure. I really like Savannah, but I didn't like in her video, she mentioned the idea of possibly doing some sabotage and then being a shoulder to cry on, and I feel like that's not a good plan, but maybe she was spitballing some ideas there, and in reality she wouldn't do something like that. But anyway, that's my predictions, and I look forward to hearing everyone else's so I can make some more educated picks. All right, you guys just take care.
Excellent. Thanks, Robert.
Right.
Yeah, I got to agree. The whole planned villainy thing almost never
Who was that?
comes off. Savannah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of that angle she was working. All right, thanks, Robert. Next up, we got an email from Tara in New York. Hi, Joanne and Stacy and Survivor friends. I was so happy to see JABBIC arrive this week after the long off season. I've missed hearing from everyone each week, and I'm so excited to get back in the mix once again. Like Joanne and Stacy, I was able to catch up on Australian Survivor over the summer, and all I can say is wow. I would highly recommend both of the latest seasons, and Australia versus the World is a must-see.
Absolutely.
So, on to 49. I was a little pessimistic at the end of last season, but after seeing this cast, I think we could be in for a wild ride. Apparently, Jeff did tell the players in advance that they would have the chance to join season 50 If that's the case, we surely won't be waiting around for another Mitch to finally make a move this time around. I can't wait to see them all play hard. As for the Hina tribe, I really like Jason. Unfortunately, I think Hina could have trouble winning the hardcore physical challenges in the early game, so he may have a rough start. I can see MC, Sophie, and Steven possibly forming an early alliance. On the other hand, I can also see Steven hooking up with Matt and Jason. It will be interesting to find out where Christina fits into the mix. I agree that she seems like a mom on vacation, but her social game could put her in a good spot if she can get her head in the game. I'm pulling for Jason, but worry that the more physical players will win out on this tribe. On the Kaylee tribe, I predict some fireworks. It's packed with big personalities that should be so fun to watch. I can see Jake and Nicole butting heads, just like David and Camilla last season. They have such clashing views on the game. I absolutely love Nicole, and she can make it through. If she can make it through the early game, she should be an amazing strategic player. I also want to watch more of Jeremiah and Annie just for fun TV, if nothing else. I'm hoping Jake will help carry this tribe through the first few challenges. If not, it will at least be interesting. It might be unlikely, but I wonder if Sophie B could be targeted as another D, almost like the dreaded next Parody in past seasons. Lastly, I'm not sure if Uli will be a disaster early or dominate, but I'm surprised to like almost all of the players. Even though I've vowed not to pick Rizzo or Savannah as my USB, I really like them both, so I'm having second thoughts. Rizzo seems way more down to earth than I expected. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yes, absolutely.
And I love that Savannah's outlook on the game includes just a touch of villainy. Jawan is one of my faves too. And then there's Shannon. I'm trying to keep an open mind, but Shannon's interview just makes me cringe, and her AI Jesus comments push me right over the edge. Her new age hippie jargon just seems so phony, and my nickname is Moon. Okay.
That's
And
cool.
I don't think you shared that one before. In the back of my head, I keep wondering if Boston Rob recommended her to Probst as a little prank. I keep thinking he's getting a little laugh out of her casting, and she's definitely my choice for first boot. Overall, I've come out of this preseason more confused than ever because I like so many of them. I truly change my mind constantly, so I'm looking forward to hearing what everyone else thinks. Thanks as always, Joanne and Stacy. I appreciate this little community so much every season and can't wait to do it again. Cheers to a great premiere all. Thanks, Tara.
Awesome.
Good job. Enjoyed that.
Well, I'll talk about it later.
What? Go ahead.
I was just going to say that, I agree that I think Shannon could be the first off that tribe. And I was,
I love the idea that it was a Boston Rob prank.
yeah.
Sorry, Shannon.
Yeah.
That is
Even
funny.
if it isn't, that's an awesome thought to have.
It's a nice angle
That
on
would
it.
be something he would, even if he kept it to himself.
Right. You could rib Probst about it later. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Survivor group hangs out there too much for him to, even if he did, to talk about it at the bar, their family bars. I guess I didn't make that clear. All right, that's all I had to say.
All right. Thanks, Tara. Next up, we got a call from Rebecca.
Hi, Joanne and Stacy. This is Rebecca calling from Maine. And until this very phone call, I've done absolutely nothing. God, it snuck up on me. But, about a week ago, I intended to listen to all the podcasts and all the interviews. And in anticipation of that, I went to your website and just printed out the page with where we choose our USB so I could have everyone's name and picture. All I've done, I haven't done nothing. I've looked at their pictures. And I could say, just from looking at pictures and listening to nothing, here's who I like. I like Kim on the Keeley page, even though she's older, she looks kind of cool. So I think she'll do really well. She looks personable and really cool. Nobody else on that page really. Okay, I'm flipping it over. Okay, Jake on Keeley, he actually looks really cool too. Hi, Jake. You look kind of cool. And going over to my other piece of paper. Okay, all the girls with the S names look like they could do well. Sage, Savannah, Shannon, and both the Sophies. I kind of like the Sophie on the... Am I like Team Keeley? Is that what's going on here? Sophie on the Keeley tribe looks kind of... I don't know, something... I'm judging a book by its cover, people. I'm judging books by their cover. She looks kind of cool. And I really like Sage too. Okay, she's on Uli, and Savannah's on Uli. All right, so far I seem to like a lot of the girls, and none of the men are really speaking to me. Watch, a guy will take it all this year. I'm going to have to listen to your podcast to see what everybody has to say. And I still have to go back and listen to your JABBIC podcast because I haven't listened to that yet. But you know what I did do? I got my diploma. I graduated college
All
and I
right.
just received
Yay.
it in the mail yesterday. And it's so pretty and iridescent. And I am so proud of myself. So I stand before you, Rebecca Nelson Lubin, recent Bachelor of Arts with a concentration in creative writing. Woo! Oh, I'm doing a Pete. Woo! So I will get on figuring out who my USB is with as much careful attention that I paid to all my 2.5 years of classes to finish my diploma. And oh, by the way, girlfriend got straight A's. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Awesome. Thanks, Rebecca. Congratulations on getting your
Yeah.
degree.
What an accomplishment.
Next up, we got a call from Drew.
Hey, Joanna Stacy. Hey, everyone. This is Drew. It is 6 a.m. on a Saturday, and I'm on the move. But celebrate, because I remember to send in my JABBIC. Because yesterday, I asked on the group, when is JABBIC due? Come remind me. Of course, I could have just clicked on the link to the website, and I'm sure would have said. But either Joanne or Stacy, probably Stacy, was so kind. I don't know. It kind of sounded like Joanne in the tone, but so kind as to
Yes.
respond and say, today, haha, just kidding, it's due on Saturday. So, long story short, well, still a long story, right? Too late. I am calling on Saturday with my JABBIC before it's due and not like right at the deadline. So, you're welcome. I hope everyone had a really great summer. It's that time of life where I'm like, what time of year is it right now? Is it, what's happening in the world? Is school starting? Are the flowers blooming? I don't even know. But then I realized it's fall. We have Survivor. JABBIC helped to kind of confirm that for me too. So, thank you for part one. I just looked at the roster, and here's the four that stood out to me. They're my current final four. I don't even know the order. Jake, Jeremiah, Jawan, and Shannon, if I recall. I could be like totally wrong, because I don't really remember who's who based on from JABBIC part one, and I'm sure when part two rolls around, I'm going to change my mind in those final picks. But I kind of like the look of Jeremiah, so I'm maybe leaning toward him as my USB just based, but completely I'm looking on the roster and not making any connections with your JABBIC observations. So we'll see how that goes. I was thinking that this is extra work for you, but while I was listening to the YouTube video of JABBIC Part 1, it would have been kind of nice because I was listening while I was working out and while I was driving and stuff, so I couldn't really look at the roster at the same time. And I was like, I wonder, it would be kind of nice if their picture would just pop up as the image on the YouTube video while you were talking about them. But I don't know, it's extra work, and it's not a big of a deal for me to open up the roster. This is a thought that occurred to me. I don't know if anyone else would benefit from something like that, or if it's not a ton of extra work. But anyway, I do appreciate so much what you two do and what everyone else does who contributes to this. I know the kids have been asking me every day or, every other day for at least the last month and a half that Survivor's back. But once I saw JABBIC Part 1 came through, I knew we were close. So everyone have a great weekend, and we have a ton of stuff going on today. Been a really busy summer, but it's been a good time and everything's going pretty well. So talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.
Awesome. Thanks, Drew. With the YouTube audio, it's the same with Spotify and the same with iTunes. It gets automatically created. We only record audio, and so I understand what you're saying. That would be great. It would be actually a lot more work to recut our own YouTube video and push that. That would be a whole separate workflow. So I don't
No.
Yeah. It takes long enough to get everything together once we get it recorded right now. So I think for now that's going to be a no. But I understood what you're saying. I agree. That would be helpful if you were where you could see the screen when you weren't driving.
And I didn't say today, I said now. And
Yeah,
then
Joanne.
just kidding.
Joanne's the one on Facebook for us. Doesn't
Yes, if it's written on Facebook, it
Almost
will be
never
me.
me.
That would be very rare that Stacy would be on.
Only when she's away or something.
If you send something directed to him, I tell him, but he's not usually on there.
Next up, we got a call from David.
Hey, Joanne and Stacy. It's David in Pittsburgh, and I'm jumping into 49 early. The last time I was in Australia, and I missed it was late getting into the first, I think, 3 episodes. I don't know how that happens. So it took me a while to catch up. So I'm just sending in my comments immediately. I don't want that to happen again. I'll also be making travel plans around the time of season 50 airs. So I'm not going to get this messed up. I got to get those exact dates because I'm not going to go through all this again. So now on 49, I've listened to you guys. I've listened to Rob Sesternino and Mike Bloom, and I went online to look up information about all the contestants. And depending on which tribe loses, I'm going to at least say the first out is either going to be Christina on Hina, on Kella, Trashy Annie, or on Yuli Sage. So whichever of those teams lose first, that's who I think is going to go. The players I predict who will be out before the merge in Hina, Steven, because I think his jokes are going to get on people's nerves. Kella, going to be Jeremiah and the tree he keeps talking to, and Sophie B, because we just can't have 2 Sophies after the merge. Uli, which I'm calling the disaster tribe. I think Nate is gone, and so is Rizzo with his God complex. The people in it for the long haul, I'm going to say Sophie S, and then the alternates MC and Jason. And in Kella, I'm saying Jake, Nicole, who reminds me of Teeny, and Alex are going to make it far. Uli, I think it's going to be Savannah and Shannon. For my USB, I took a long time, and I finally settled with Jason. He's the alternative. I like his story, the fact that he didn't think he was going to be on it, and now he is. He also reminds me of Matt and Franny, kind of dorky, but I think he won't come in with all the insecurities that Matt had. Oh, I wanted to add, and between season 48 and 49, did I miss you, Joanne and Stacy? Absolutely not, because I was watching old seasons and then listening to your podcasts. I wanted to find out again who was Chrissy, because she's going to be playing in the next season, and I went back to that season. I watched the season with the Sugar Shack, which was terrible play, but I really enjoyed it. And just for fun, I watched the season where Sandra kept trying to get Russell up, but nobody would listen to her. Anyway, let the game begin. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.
All right. Thanks, David.
Sugar moved from California. She's in Tennessee now.
Okay.
Anyway, just a side note.
All right. Thanks, David. Good job there. And next up, we got an email from Summer and Matt in East Tennessee. Speaking of Tennessee.
Yeah, okay. Well, Sugar's up there somewhere. Okay. Hey, Joanne and Stacy. So glad we are back together again. We've done all of our pre-game content review, most importantly, JABBIC, and we are 100% confident in our picks for this season, right? Not exactly. We have no clue and are really excited for everyone's input. Here are our JABBIC shot-in-the-dark predictions.
Oh, nice. I like how you worked that in.
Yeah, shot in the dark. All right, strongest tribe. Uli is the most physically and socially balanced, Shannon being the wild card in our opinion. Weakest tribe is Kaylee. We have to agree with Joanne's assessment. Hey, yay. Potentially the physically weakest tribe with potential conflicting personalities and game styles.
A lot of mean characters on that tribe.
Mean? Okay. First out, Nicole, unfortunately, but we do really like her. I think she will be on the first tribe to lose and will be seen as a physical liability, so spot on with Joanne's thought process. Favorites. Matt says Stephen because space and all. Oh, okay. Because he's a rocket scientist at NASA. I say Christina because she seems like someone I would want to be friends with.
Yeah, a lot of the castaways said that.
Yeah. Not favorites, for me, it's Jake. He seems like another David/Joe character. Please no. But then again, both Matt and I agree on Shannon. Sadly, not vibing with her. USB, Matt thinks Sophie B, due to her strong similarity to Dee's winning personality and approach. Me, I'm pulling for Rizzo, which surprises me after my first impression of him.
Yep.
He actually seems very adaptable and able to live in different worlds and understands the millennial approach. Thanks for all you do, and can't wait to hear everyone else's thoughts. All right. Thanks, Matt and Summer.
Yeah, enjoyed that analysis. The biggest thing about what Rizzo shared was that he's never even been camping. So living outside is going to be quite the shocker for him.
Yeah, but look at all he's overcome and all he had to do. I had to grow up young too, so having that responsibility might well have helped him adapt to a lot of things.
Accelerated his maturity for sure.
And I really like Nicole. I don't know why I flipped this week and thought, well, wait a minute, I might go with Annie instead of Nicole. But then I kind of flipped back and I thought, so I'm kind of vacillating there. I do think it'll be that tribe. But anyway, I don't know why I can't get off that I think it might be her. But I just kind of do.
All right. Thanks again, Matt and Summer. Next up, we got a call from Parker.
Hey, it's Parker, Indiana, and I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not overly thrilled about this season, which is strange. I've never felt this way. I've always been pretty excited heading into a season of Survivor. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been rewatching old Survivor seasons, and that's just made me jaded because I'm on season 12, and I want to watch through like all of them before 50. And I think that the fact that I've just been seeing so many people that I'm like, wow, why did we not cast them on 50? And then I remember, oh yeah, that's right. There's 2 spots from people on this season for 50. This cast isn't that good. There's no shot that anybody on here is going to be more entertaining than freaking Sean Rector or Lex or like what are we doing? What are we doing, guys? Yeah, I don't know. I think that there are some people that I like, but I think it's the fact that CBS just skipped right to promoting 50, and they seem to not really care that much about this season. Makes me believe that this just isn't that good of a season, because in the past, they've tried to bury some seasons that are stinkers, and I'm one of the few people that actually did really like 48, despite some like obvious criticisms. I thought it was a fairly fun season, but I don't know. I'm not very interested in this season. I think that there are a few people. I really like Joanne. I think that he's going to be great. I love Nate Moore. I like Rizzo. I thought he was going to be obnoxious because of the whole Riz God thing, but that seems to just be like a fun, that like he actually seems like a really grounded person, and I really enjoyed his interview. I like Savannah. I like both of the Sophies. Yeah. Oh, I really like Jake too. I think that he's going to be great. Which, the fact that you guys think he's going to quit is crazy. Dude, he's going to be such a huge presence on this season, and it's going to be because of that story. It's going to be because he's what he's leaving behind. Like, that's what's going to drive him to succeed in the game, and I think he is going to go really far. I do think he's going to get stuck on the tribe that sucks. So I feel like we're going to see him going to tribal council a lot, and he might start to lose his mind out there, but I think he's going to be awesome. And there's lots of people I don't like. In particular, Annie. Can't wait for her to sit at the end and lose. The mom on vacation is there. Nicole, Jan, Jeremiah. Yeah. We got some stinker. Dude, the girl with the black head jar, she's crazy. Did you listen to Sage's interview? She's nuts. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, there's some choices. Can't wait for the blackhead girl and freaking, I don't know. That's all I got. I'll see you all next time.
Thanks, Parker.
I could agree that blackheads could be intriguing for a second because it's a weird thing that was just in your body kind of thing. I get that, but to save them?
They have TV shows committed to removing them now. Yeah.
No, you're talking about pimple popper.
Yeah.
Blackhead's different. That is not a pimple.
It sounds like a conversation for you and Sage to have together. I'm going to excuse myself from that.
Hey, I remember as a teenager,
we
were obsessed with blackheads because no young girl wanted blackheads.
Well, I think Sage is still stuck there, evidently.
Well.
The other thing about her, there was a Entertainment Weekly article, and she was talking about how she has to go to the bathroom a lot, and when she has to go, it's right then. Like, to the point that Sage. So she's most concerned that she's going to have to drop trowel and pee during a challenge or something like that. She said that she had to when they were traveling from one location to another on the boat while they were out there. It's like she said the PA should get hazard pay or something. The person that was with her, having to shepherd her around.
Do your exercises.
Well, I don't know.
Strengthen that pelvic floor.
And another thing that's going to be challenging for her, for sure. I agree with Parker. She should, depends on how long she's able to hang in there, but she should be entertaining. Thanks, Parker. Next up, we got a call from Justin.
Hey, Joanne and Stacy and all the Survivor Superfans. It's Justin from Michigan. I hope everybody had a great summer. I know I spent a lot of my free time listening to all of the Survivor 50 content that was being put out, but now I'm ready to flip back and focus on 49 for this fall. So here are my predictions. First out, I'm thinking Nicole or Shannon. If one of those two tribes lose, if Hina loses, probably Christina. The people I was most rooting for when I was listening to their interviews would probably be Jake and MC. I think they bring a lot to the table. I'd like to see them go far. My USB choice, I'm between Savannah or Steven. Probably Savannah. Other thoughts I had, I'm just kind of annoyed that there are two Sophies. I wish those could have been split up into different seasons. And then there's also Savannah and Sage and a Shannon. So that's 5 S-name females who are all white women. Brunettes too, I think. I mean, Shannon might be a little blonde, but that's going to be confusing early on to get all those S-names straight. And Jeremiah's voice drove me nuts. Other than that, that's pretty much the only negatives I had. Everybody else I see some pretty good potential in, and optimistic that it's going to be a great season. Looking forward to what everyone else has to say. Thanks.
Awesome. Love that optimism.
His voice it drove me nuts too when, on the commercials and stuff, but not so much in the interview itself. Mm-hmm. Now, I had not watched, I didn't get to, oddly enough, I picked Sophie S. and I hadn't even watched her interview. Okay. I realized I haven't watched her.
That was one that you read early on instead of watching? Because you shifted partially way through.
Maybe. And but you get a lot more information when you see them speaking. Anyway, of course, she says like every other word pretty much, but which is your pet peeve. But but I thought, wow, I realized I hadn't watched her or MC. Maybe that would be a good idea before I made my final decision. And all it did for me is confirm I'm choosing Sophie S.
Okay.
Even though I didn't like, all the likes and this and that, they weren't. They were more like filler words. That like goes there. They were like
yes, I know.
Filler words.
You just managed to insert a lot of likes.
I didn't use it as a filler word. Well, that's why it didn't bother me as much with her. But I really liked her and MC, and they said they liked each other pre-game. They were making contact, and they liked that they were both physically fit. So I'm sticking with that Final Four for that.
Yeah, maybe Jake and MC will last long enough to where they can team up. That would be quite the physical powerhouse.
Well, yeah, that would. That would be a bit much. I imagine that might
it'd be overwhelming for everyone else.
Joe and Eva, that might put a lot bigger target on both of them to team up. So.
All right, thanks, Justin. Good job. Next up, got an email from Josh, the Plush Moose from Massachusetts. Dear Joanne and Stacy, a few weeks ago, I was in full Eeyore mode about this season and almost skipped JABBIC. Having season 50 monopolize the discussion before 49's cast was even announced was depressing, and I feel sorry for this current bunch. I'm with you 100% there. I forced myself to do the homework, though, and found a number of players to be compelling. So, here goes nothing. My observations. If Mike Bloom interviewed me, my fictional loved one would be Counselor Deanna Troi from Star Trek. As a therapist and empath, she could help me work through my feelings and tell me when others are lying or hiding something.
Ooh, perfect.
Okay. You definitely put a
like
lot of
that.
thought into that. I bet someone will steal that one. That was good. Hearing that pre-gaming got 2 players kicked out made my head explode, given how much pre-gaming went on for season 50 before the cast even left for Fiji. Yeah, that is an interesting comparison, isn't it? Speaking of season 50, the producers did the 2 returnees from 49 dirty. They'll be the only unknown quantities to the rest of the cast, and likely to be early boots for that reason alone. Yeah. In pro wrestling, bigfooting is the term for what happens when a former star comes back and sucks all the oxygen away from the current performer's push. Season 50 has very big feet. Interesting. I like that. If I could introduce an advantage into the game, it would be called Silence is Golden. Play it and Jeff can't give a running commentary of your shortfalls during the current challenge. Oh, that would be awesome. Pinner would have loved to have that. Sage is hypermobile. She'll have to avoid bending over backwards for people. There's so many past and current alternates on the cast that they could almost have their own tribe. That's true. Jake's been a dancer in reviews. He'll probably waltz in and try to take over the game. Jason wants to bring Project M to the island. Does M stand for million? Christina had surgery which sharpened her sense of smell. Hanging around stinky people for 26 days. Will not be fun. She had surgery for the deviated septum. Yeah.
Yep.
Trashy Annie needs to be careful or she'll wind up in the dustbin of Survivor history. Oh, that's good. Sophie S. loves sleep and always needs to use an eye mask. Boy, is she on the wrong show. Yeah, she's going to get wrecked, isn't she? One of the tribe names means patience. Okay.
Which one?
The over-under on Jeff extolling big moves is 125. So if you want to bet the over, he's going to say big moves more than 125 times. If you want to bet the under, it'll be less than that. I'll take the over for sure.
Okay.
Isn't Hina Kele Uli the name of the town where Jade and Christine live? Nice.
That's good, Josh.
That's perfect. Working in the super fans here. I bet they'll enjoy that. Alex has degrees in math and physics. Matt tosses bags for a living. They could be ringers in a carnival game challenge. Yeah. MC's a salesperson and personal trainer. When she twists your arm, it stays twisted. Rocket scientist Steven wants to send people to the moon. He'll settle for sending castmates to Ponderosa. Shannon's very concerned about moons. She shouldn't worry, though. The editors are experts at pixelation. Oh, nice. She took that in a completely different direction. Stephen sees himself as a super massive black hole. He expects idols and advantages to gravitate towards him. Alex is a congressional communications director. It's a good thing Jeff shortened endurance challenges or challenges or Dr. Christian Hubicki's filibuster record might be in jeopardy. Jake's in the wrong season. I could easily imagine him allying with Joe and Eva on season 48.
Yeah.
Jeremiah is a live event planner. Maybe Jeff should let them plan the season's after party. Oh, yeah, that would.
Yeah.
There you go. That Jeremiah. And he'll probably be at Ponderosa. Plenty of time to plan, too. Nicole's a financial crimes consultant. She should investigate where the SIA money went. Nate is a Hollywood producer. Will he be Mike White version 2.0 for casting New Age Survivor cameos? That's interesting. Yeah, I like that. Rizzo calls himself Riz God. The Survivor gods won't like that and will likely target him. Shannon has an unfortunate surname. Who wants to be a fair weather ally? Yeah, that is an interesting name.
I like that.
Firefighter Jeremy Collins is joining the On Fire podcast. Will he douse Jeff with cold water, please? That's good. Anyway, that's it for me for now. Thanks, Joanna Stacy, for all you do. Can't wait to hear what the other fans have to say. Welcome back, everybody. Stay safe. Thanks, Josh. Great job. All that creativity. We really appreciate that. Next up, we got a call from Jeremiah.
Hello, Joanne and Stacy and Survivor friends. Jeremiah here with my JABBIC predictions for season 49. It was fantastic hearing your voices once again on the podcast. Sounds like you all had a very full summer of watching television. Obviously, there's a lot of things I was watching that I'm not going to spend too much time talking about. Although for Survivor related, I do need to watch the Australia versus the World. I'm going to figure out some way to watch that. But I did rewatch Token Chains, and one of the things I did while rewatching is I went back and listened to your podcast while watching the episodes, and I painfully had to hear some of my opinions about the episode back then, which I thought was hard to listen to. But I encourage anyone, when you do that, go back and listen to the podcast. It's a lot of fun. But we're not here to do that. We're here to talk about this 49 cast, which I felt like overall was pretty solid. I feel like we're at a point now of the new era, and I know we're 9 seasons into this, that I feel like these casts are just the same old over and over again, and that is kind of concerning to me. Maybe I think I probably have mentioned this already, but that's just kind of how I feel. I'm not saying it's bad. I think most of the new era has had pretty interesting cast members, and we do have some on this particular season. There's 2 individuals right off the bat that I really, really liked. And it's not that I dislike necessarily anybody. On the surface, they all seem pretty good, seem like decent, interesting people. As you mentioned, Joanne, I do love all the stuff we get from the great Mike Bloom. All these interviews are wonderful, and it does give a big insight. The only issue I've been having with them recently is I wonder if some of these things, like the conversation of who are you vibing with and not in early games, I feel like those things never ever pan out, so I try not to pay too much attention to those things. But the insight of who they are as a person is probably the most interesting thing, and how they're going to play the game, because that's going to be telling. So who am I vibing for? Well, let's start with the people I do not have a good feeling about that probably will not make the merge. For the Hana tribe, I kind of am concerned about Jason and Matt more than anything. I have a feeling they may not make the merge. I think the Keller tribe will be our disaster tribe. I don't have a good feeling about Nicole, Jeremiah, or Anna making it very far. So those are my no merge people there. And the Ulu tribe, the red tribe, I feel the best about. And Sage and Hannah are the 2 that I'm a little worried about for that tribe. I don't think they'll make the merge. Everyone else I have good feelings about. But my top 4 players at the moment is Sophie S., Alex, Joanne, and Savannah. Joanne and Savannah are the ones that I really like a lot, and I'm leaning towards Savannah as my USB. All right, well, there is my JABBIC predictions for 49. Can't wait to hear what everybody else has to say. And until next week, this is Jeremiah from Southern California.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeremiah. Enjoyed that. Next up, we got a call from Jen.
Hi, everyone. This is Jen in California, and here are my JABBIC thoughts on the contestants for Survivor 49. Well, for the first time in a very long time, I listened to your JABBIC show, so I do have a little bit more information to go on in making my selections. And as I listen to you talk about each contestant and make commentary on them, I either put a big circle around their face or put a line through their name on Paul's visual roster. Now, I'll admit I don't remember everything you said about each contestant, but what I can tell you is only 6 people are making the merge. On the Hina tribe, MC, Sophie S., and Steven were the ones that kind of made the cut for me. I think Steven is the one that you said wears hearing aids. And you commented that other than Christy, you weren't sure if there was anybody else who had played Survivor who wore hearing aids. Well, sort of. On season 30, there was a contestant named Nina who lost her hearing later in life. And she was out there with some sort of hearing aids. And I remember her at Tribal Council with these giant waterproof coverings on them. And in looking it up, I'm not sure if this is true, but reports online said that she had cochlear implants and not hearing aids, which is a whole kind of a little different ball of wax. But other than Christy and Ricard, who was only, from what I understand, deaf in one ear, Steven is one of the few with hearing loss who have come out to play the game, and I have to say I'm interested in seeing how he manages. I have moderate to severe hearing loss, and I've worn hearing aids for 11 years, and I have to imagine that it's going to be tough keeping those hearing aids clean and dry and without sand. But I often wonder how I would do out there, knowing that if for any reason I would have to take my aids off, I'm at a severe communicative disadvantage, so I'm real interested to see how Steven does. On Kaylee, I like Sophie B. That's it. I am not getting winner or success vibes off of anybody else on that tribe. And on Uli, I like Sage and I like Savannah. And I think I'm leaning towards Sage as my USB. That is what my gut is telling me, and my gut is almost always wrong. So I'm going to choose Sage as my USB, so nobody else choose her, because she's probably not going to win. I'm so happy that Survivor is back, but I can't help but feel that this is really just looking like a placeholder for 50, and I wish that wasn't so. I feel like this season really has to be an awesome season to avoid the curse of being the season before the 50th season. And I really hope that's the case. But I will tell you this, something that I love about every Survivor season, and something that I never have to worry about the quality, because it is nothing short of excellent every season, and that is the Survivor Fans Podcast. I am so excited to be spending another season with all of you, sharing our thoughts on this game that we all love so much. I am truly looking forward to what everyone has to say. Till next week.
Thanks, Jen. Yeah, we appreciate that. Joanna and I were talking, and we were wondering if they might have hurt the viewership even with this season. It'll be interesting to look to see, because there's, like many people have already expressed, that there was that dismissive skip kind of effect that happened
I didn't
on
like
49.
that. It did put a damper on it for me, but I decided, no, I'm ignoring 50. I don't care what you do, what you say. Anything else.
We went the other way.
Yeah. I'm like, no, you don't get to ruin a season of Survivor for me. So I'm ignoring you.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to. Yes, I know who's going to be on there, but I don't think about it at this time, because my focus is just on this season. And it's just any other season. And now that I've seen the characters, I thought they were trying to hide what a horrible season it's going to be. But I don't believe that anymore. I don't think that's the case at all. And so it is Survivor, and I will enjoy it as always.
Yeah. It's just part
Even
of
the parts I don't.
The result of the game is what draws us back again and again, right? The dynamics.
Well, and the community here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
The community makes it worth it.
Good deal. Thanks, Jen. Next up, we got a call from Paul.
Hey, Paul, Louisiana here. Let's do this. Jason. Hey, man, that's a lot of hair. Jason is well on his way to starring as Cousin Knit in the next season of Wednesday. He says he lives in fear, and therefore so do I, of him. Merge, but no win. As for Christina, well, there's no doubt that she's a mom on vacation, and her voice is somewhat off-putting to me, but there's another player coming up whose voice is far, far worse. No merge. And then there's Matt, who's our second Cousin It contender. He's so sure he's tough, and I'm sure he is, because I certainly wouldn't want to do his job, but I'm getting a feeling that he's going to crash and burn quickly, and that he'll flounder before being voted off before the merge. MC, well, all I can think about when I see those initials is MC Hammer. I initially wrote her off at first because she isn't a fan, but I like her and I feel that she'll be part of the strength to this team, so merge. And Sophie S. seems like a good all-around kind of woman who can take care of herself, and I feel that she'll also bring strength to her team. Merge. Steven's an athlete, so I'm hoping he's more strength, but in all honesty, I didn't like him nor dislike him. He was simply okay. Merge? Now, Alex is not a fan, but I like something about him, so I'm going to say merge. I just hope he doesn't tempt fate with that margarita curse. And honestly, why would they show him talking about that unless it comes up? So yeah, it makes me worry. Which brings me to Annie. I'll show my age here and ask if anyone has ever seen Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. To me, she's Betty Davis as Baby Jane Hudson, and if she sings I've Written a Letter to Daddy, I'm going to lose it. No merge and a strong possible first off. Jake. Yeah, Jake is our prerequisite Survivor jock. I like him, but I think I like his wife even more from what he said of her. He'll merge, but in typical Survivor jock fashion, he won't win. Now, Jeremiah is going to get on people's nerves quickly. All it took was one shrill sentence from me. And then the icing on the cake was his cackle. He really needs to work on that. I'm sure he's a lovely person, but I'm not sure I can handle him for long periods of time. Maybe not even short periods. Sadly, no merge. Now, Nicole is where Taz and I deviate. I say, yes, merge, and he says, no, she's a possible first off. But then we saw Jeremiah's video, and Taz changed his mind about Nicole being the first to go on her tribe. Next up, we have Sophie B. She and Steven are alike to me in that she didn't hit me hard in either direction, but I'm getting this feeling from her looks alone as though she could possibly be another Genevieve, who I ended up liking a lot. So I'm going to say merge. And Jawan, I like him. He seems wonderful, but I think this is going to be far too tough for him, and he'll be voted off pre-merge. And yeah, Taz says I'm wrong on this guy as well as Nicole. And then there's Nate, who I looked at and got accountant vibes from. I honestly feel his video was exactly what I thought it would be. I'm just not sure if that's good or bad. Looking at the rest of his tribe, I'm going to say that's good. So yeah, merge. And Rizzo rubbed me the wrong way right away, and I'm not wavering. Possible first off. Sage, I liked her a lot. I think she'll go far. Merge. And poor Savannah was someone that I liked when making the roster, but when I saw her video, all I wrote down was nope in big capital letters, and I don't remember why. So I guess I'll have to say no merge. Then lastly, there's Shannon, who certainly lacks no confidence nor the need to take breaths while speaking. Wow, is she a fast talker, and she's too overconfident to me. So yeah, no merge. And with all of that said, I'm absolutely clueless as to who I'm going to pick for my USB. Taz has suggested throwing darts at the roster, but I think I'll print it out before I do that. So yeah, I can't wait to hear what everyone else thinks. I may just keep track in the user feedback and see who the popular pick is and then make that person my USB. Like I said, I'm lost. So everyone take care and enjoy the show. It's great to be back. Bye.
Awesome. Good job, Paul.
All right. Is there anyone left on Uli? Didn't Paul, none of them made the merge? Did somebody make the merge on Uli? I think he's got more than 7 no merges.
Yeah. Several people did, right? Jen did too.
Yeah.
Jen had it inverted. Jen only 7 getting through the merge. Yeah.
We try to keep it to 7, even though sometimes you want to go, oh yeah, no merge. I mean, no merge. So that's easy to do. Mm-hmm. I know, I'm very familiar with it.
Yeah, that's how first impressions are. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I have kind of in looking, I just think, just the look on Sophie B's photo, I thought, girl, you are trouble. So, and I think she knows how to kind of get her way sometimes. So I think she could be.
Very D-like. That means she'll be successful and win the game potentially.
D-like. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I thought she was definitely that way with her chosen one. But anyway, maybe. Yeah, totally she could do that. I can see how people are comparing her to a Parody character. Not that I think she would certainly not her first time around be as good as Parvati. But anyway,
Parvati wasn't as good as Parvati her first time around either. So.
Yeah. And after watching, like I said, the videos of MC and Sophie, I really liked both of them.
Mm-hmm. Sophie, yes, yeah.
Even though I like Sophie more because Sophie is a fan and MC isn't. She just is, what'd you say, 47 was her first time? Mm-hmm. And but she fell in love with the challenges. Then she's, I think she said a sociology or, I don't know, major or something. Anyway, she was intrigued also by the strategy and the whole workings of the social game and not just the physicality once she...
Yeah, a lot of people are yearning for a player like MC who really doesn't know the game at all. I mean, some people want to see a whole cast full of people who have never seen Survivor, essentially just to see how they would play and how they would adapt.
Well, what I like
But MC's definitely got recruit vibes really heavily, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know about that, but I do know that I liked her enthusiasm and her energy around it and the excitement she has to actually get in there and play.
Mm-hmm. $1 million will do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
A 1 in 18 chance. Those are good odds.
And I do think these people came to play, most of them. I think, okay, yes, Katrina, Mom on Vacation.
Christina, yeah.
Oh, what did I say?
Katrina.
Christina.
But she might come in like a hurricane.
Well, I think she's got the makings of a good player. I just am uncertain whether she wants to or not. And I'm not sure she knows exactly what she's getting into out there and how rough it
Which
will
is
be.
part of why she was cast, for sure.
And that's the other thing I've thought too. I think I put Jason no merge and Matt merge because of how strong he said he was. But I'm kind of changing my mind a bit now. I could see it go the other way. Let's just put it that way. I could see Matt going and Jason staying with the MC, Sophie, and Steven.
Yeah, it doesn't look like from the pictures and the press release that there's a puzzle that's going to decide the first immunity challenge. It's going to be more of a dexterity thing with an extreme physical component. So I don't know that he's going to get an opportunity to shine right out of the gate. That could work against him.
Who's that?
Jason.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because one of the things he said was he'll be the puzzle guy, which should buy him a little time, at least in the beginning, to get his footing.
Everybody knows that, and MC was like, no, I won't be doing puzzles. I intended to try to practice some of those, and then maybe once, but she was like, no, that wouldn't be her.
Right.
And so I thought, okay, well, they all know that some of them definitely will have puzzles, and they may prefer to keep him for that reason, because MC, Sophie, and Stephen will probably be a good bit of strength on their tribe. So, they got to have a puzzle person too. And let's see, who else did I relax on or change my mind? Anybody you changed your mind on? Or I liked a lot of people, but I still don't think they're going to make it to the merge.
Yeah, I'm still cooking, still simmering on all that. So I got to factor in all the insights we gained today.
And like I said, I enjoyed the interview of Juwan, but I can't get past his picture and his that
demeanor.
That affects me.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to overcome that yet, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, another thing that bothered me was the title of the first episode is Act 1 of a horror film.
Why did that bother you?
It was like, what horror? What's going to happen? What even? Horror is a harsh word to me. It's like
Jawan's in one of the commercials, though, talking about how Survivor's like a horror film. So I was thinking it might be something he ends up
just
saying.
something that's mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I took it literal. What's going to happen? To say, is somebody get? No, they would have shown something if somebody got hurt, or I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's another way to look at it too, with Probst talking about how harsh the heat was and how it was taking a toll, how people were so beat down by the extreme heat that they were having trouble answering questions at tribal council.
Okay, that I could see, and that could feel pretty horrible. But okay, because I was like, I saw the title and I was like, what? What are they talking about? What do you think that's about?
What does this mean? Yeah. Hey, we want to say a big thank you to everybody who took time to send in their thoughts about this new season and our new cast. We're definitely going to ponder on this as we make our final choices for the fantasy league that we host. More on that in just a minute. And we also want to say a special thanks to Christy, Erica, Hazel, Hope, Kim, Pat, and Tara for your continued subscription donations. We greatly appreciate that. That helps us. That's a huge help with the operational costs. Thank you so much. I've always felt a little uncomfortable with the whole donations thing, but I know people like to chip in, and so I do want them to know how significant it ends up being for us in terms of helping us pay. Because like during the off season, those bills keep coming, while we're off like that, and they were right there every month with their donations, helping us cover some of those expenses, and that's a big help. Thank you so much.
Because to keep that content out there, you still have to.
Going back to 2005,
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I guess it made more of an impact to come back into it. Because, we kind of, when we go.
We disengage,
We disengage, yes, and do other things that we don't have time to do during the season. And so, you came back and I looked and was like, oh, that was so nice. And, so that That's why
It's a big help. Thank you.
Bigger impression. Okay, if you would like to play in our fantasy league and are new to JSFL, you need to register before the deadline of 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:30 Pacific, on September 24th in order to play for this season, because it will close at that time. So it would also be good if you read the official rules listed on the website. And if you were playing at the end of last season, your information's still the same, still there. But if you don't remember all your information, it's probably easier for you to just go in and re-register. So, because some people forget it between times.
Everybody needs to select a USB 24. That stands for Ultimate Survivor Bonus, which is the person you think is going to win the whole season. So if you get that right before it even kicks off, that'll get you 24 bonus points if you do end up guessing correctly. Be sure to hit the submit button, and your USB should then show up as bold on the picks page. Those are two different pages. You go to the picks page to make your choice. You go to the USB page at the beginning here and at the midway point if you decide that you need to make a change.
And you also need to choose who you think will be voted off first for a possible 2-point. And there's 4 people you would need to choose who you think will be there after the end of the 2-hour episode. And don't forget to hit submit for that.
Yep. If you want to get in on the side challenge with me, where you got to sing if you lose, we're about to hear what that can mean here in just a second. Then send us an email before the first show airs on the East Coast on September 24th. So far, we've got Anderson, Justin, Parker, Rebecca, and of course me in the side challenge. So let us know if you want to be a part of that.
Okay, I do want a side note. You mentioned that you hadn't seen, but you had read that there were spoilers out there.
Yeah, that's true. So be careful, that kind of stuff. Sometimes it shows up in comments on YouTube videos and in posts, the comments and posts on Facebook and Instagram, other places. And I think the information's leaked for which 2 of the castaways from this season are on 50 out there too. So the reason to bring this up is that, if you're exposed already, you know any of that stuff, we ask that you please not play in the fantasy league. So we would appreciate that, because the spoilers will take the fun out of it from that perspective.
And we
just ask that you respect that.
Yeah, we decided, at least for the next 2 seasons, we usually try to offer a gift too at the for the winner.
Going to be bragging
JSFL.
Rights.
Yeah, it'll be, and we're not going to do that. We're going to it's bragging rights if you win. We want to try to keep people from, and if you enjoy spoilers, that's great. But we just didn't want anyone to have prior information for playing the season.
Messing up the integrity of the fantasy league.
Yeah, that's what we ask.
We would appreciate that, so. Okay.
And we try not to announce any spoilers too. And and everything that's out there isn't always accurate.
That's true.
Whatever is out there is not always accurate.
Yeah, that could be incorrect information that I saw.
Absolutely, because people like to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there, if we see things that say, "Oh, there's spoilers out there," then we just decided it makes it less fun if somebody's trying to play and
this is the first time I can recall ever seeing something before the season aired that said that the boot order was out there.
Yeah.
So that was
the whole boot order.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, don't go look for it, people. We want you here playing with us.
Okay, coming back to the fantasy league and that side challenge. Last season, Johnny from Wisconsin lost the side challenge for season 48, and we've got his parody song based on the events from the season. The winner of the side challenge was Lisa Ray, and Lisa Ray chose Stuck in the Middle with You, an awesome song by Steelers Wheel, as a song that Johnny had to leverage to come up with his parody song.
That's exciting, and he did such a good job.
Yes. All right, let's check out Johnny's versions titled Stuck in the Middle, Camilla.
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 I like that.
tonight. It's got Chrissy always willing to fight. Then there's David with no smile on his face. And old Cedric's thoughts all over the place. Goats to the left of me, muscles to the right. Here we are, stuck in the middle, Camille. You know, Say can't help but hold out a grudge. Even tribe swap, she just wouldn't budge. Cedric should stick to just working on butts. Plus there's Bianca with her 16 guts. Goats to the left of me, muscles to the right. Here we are, stuck in the middle, Camille. When we got stuck out on Vula, hearing ghosts of Stephanie snort laugh. We sent old Thomas with a steel boat, idle safely tucked inside a shoe. We know Justin only lost because of guys. No one traded challenge spot for some rice. Star gave Idol just for Eva to brag, but it's Star who's left there holding the bag. Goats to the left of me, muscles to the right. Here we are, stuck in the middle, Camille. Hail Mary's shot in the dark. Yeah, we've gotta make a move, I know, but now I'm playing chicken with Shaheen. Shaheen. No more sucker. Sleepwalk Mitch and his loud obnoxious snore. Mary played mind games on Stay on the Shore. Then there's Joe, never goes back on his word. And for the last time, it's a wart. Goats to the left of me, muscles to the right. Here we are, stuck in the middle, Camille. Stuck in the middle, Camille. Stuck in the middle, Camille. Yes, we are stuck in the middle, Camille.
It's pretty good.
All right.
Good job,
that was
Johnny.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. You put a lot of thought into that.
Oh, yeah.
And
Good,
he was
good
done in
job.
July. Did I say that before?
Yes,
that was,
you said. Yeah, we got to listen to it then.
Good stuff.
That is so awesome. So
That is-
creative.
That's a
Thank you.
fantastic look back at season 48 across all those lyrics. He captured it so well.
Is he
all the
playing
nuances.
Are you playing this season?
We're eager to have you lose again. Oh, man. Good job, Johnny, man. You rocked it. We appreciate that.
Get paid, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. All right. I guess we should wrap it up. I'm really excited about the 2-hour premiere on Wednesday. So we will be back on Wednesday with our recap.
You got it. Have a good one.